So, Apple just announced the new M2 iPad Air, which, although is fairly impressive, we are now presented with a new dilemma. 2 sizes. So, which is best for you? Let's talk about it. First, let's go over the raw stats. On paper, these 2 iPad Airs are very similar. Same processors, same cameras, speakers, etc. Meaning, yeah, they pretty much have the same on-paper capabilities. They can be used for note-taking, content consumption, alright video recording, editing, etc. because they're iPads, and really good ones at that, with the M2 processor. This chip was previously found in the last generation iPad Pro, which most users couldn't even use to its full potential, because it was that good. So no worries about the performance of the iPad Air for either size, because the chip is the same for both. But there are 2 notable differences between these two. Number 1, the sizes, and reflective of that, number 2, the prices. There is a $200 difference between the larger and smaller tablets. So really, this comparison should beg the question of, is this extra $200 justified for you? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The size difference. Surprisingly, the 2-inch size difference between the tablets is actually pretty substantial and will affect your day-to-day experience with the iPad. I'm going to be honest, most of those who will be buying the iPad Airs will be students, workers, professionals, and just nice people. And for most of you, you're looking for something that can augment your productivity and your quality of life. Something that you can take with you everywhere for notes, work, content consumption, etc. It's pretty much going to act like a larger iPhone in many respects, and sometimes even a more portable, limited computer. And in that regard, I must say that the 13-inch iPad Air will probably not be as portable. Because it has a larger footprint and will be heavier, the larger iPad Air might be a bit of a hassle for many individuals. In addition, it might also be more fragile. Although it's not constructed differently per se, because it's larger, it can also hit things around the house more easily. But on the flip side, that larger screen can be used for more note-taking space, more workspace, and for more space for content consumption. A larger screen means, by definition, more things you can do on the device. So it's a bit of a give and take here then, right? It's not necessarily that one is better than the other, but it's more so that each has its strengths and weaknesses. Going along with that, let's get into the weeds a little bit here. The 13-inch one is a bit brighter, meaning it's a better choice for outdoor work. In addition, it also has slightly better speakers with more impressive bass. And lastly, the 13-inch model has a larger aspect ratio, meaning more screen, so it's better to work on overall. So all in all, there are a few little differences between these 2 devices, but really, it's mostly about the sizes of these 2 tablets. And for most individuals, I would wager that the 11-inch model is better for you. Firstly, it will be easier to travel with. For students especially, you will be guaranteed to move a lot during college. So having something that doesn't weigh too much is important. Secondly, it doesn't have as large of a footprint. I gotta tell you, some desks I've worked on have been so ridiculously small in college. For some of them, I can't even fit my 13-inch MacBook Pro onto them. Now imagine something that you have to also lean on and take notes on, such as the iPad Air on top of that. For those who want the iPad to just be their general entertainment device, the smaller version means it'll be easier to hold, and for those with modest-sized hands, easier to hold for extended periods of time. Overall, you can't really go wrong with the 11-inch model. But even with that said, the 13-inch one is alright too. But with that $200 price increase, probably needs to be justified by your needs. For instance, if you do digital art or photo editing, something of that nature, that makes sense. But for many of you, really make sure you think of if the larger tablet will actually benefit you or not, because it's definitely a fairly expensive upgrade. But overall, the new M2 iPad Air is most certainly quite the tablet with a bit of a size dilemma. For most of you, the 11-inch model will fare better given your needs and the price, but you can't go wrong with the larger one either. My name is Cyrus. It's spelled like Cyrus, but not like Sea Rooster. Just take it, that's her. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Peace.